It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. We are the big nubbies. It's our fair part show.
Yes, we are familiar and big fans of the Avatar franchise and the
Well, we're not really.
the big Na'vi boys running around.
And the big Na'vi girls.
Yeah, of course.
Anyone can be a
What
big
do
Na'vi.
I have then?
Big Na'vi Fs.
Fs?
Whoa.
Fs? Oh, my lord.
No, Liam.
Oh, my lord.
No. No.
Na'vi. Whoa.
No.
Anyway,
It's made an intro because it's now started to get picked up by the Alpha Squad.
Yeah,
Which is, that's the best way to get it into an intro is
But
when the
does
Alpha Squad
everybody
starts posting about it.
listening know what it's referring to?
yeah, we did,
know,
we
you
did a
know.
bit of a breakdown.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know. If you don't, let's not get bogged down. I'm Liam.
Watch
Welcome to the
Avatar.
Off-Air podcast. We've got Ben over there.
Present.
Bell's here.
Yeah, present.
And producer Andy.
Present.
We just got out of a long meeting with, I would say reasonably timed meeting with ENS, which is a good client of the,
What do they
the
stand for?
Nova family, East and Southern distributors. They started 61 years ago in Ashburton, and they do white goods. They're actually the only place that can do bathroom and kitchen together. Anyway, look, I'm sure we'll be able to give away some cool prizes from them in their future. But this is how it works in commercial radio. You're meeting a lot of clients, and you
And we
you
get
know,
free breakfast.
that's it. And you're throwing ideas around. You're making relationships in the business. It's the other side of it that you don't see. We work so hard.
With our bagels and,
Yeah.
and mimosas.
So we, normally we give each other performance reviews. Belle, I thought you did really well. You asked a lot of insightful
I was
questions.
genuinely really interested.
I was pretty quiet today. Normally I'm
You
the
were.
one talking too much, and you guys are kind of like, shut up, like stop being a teacher's pet and asking sort of too many questions because you want to lead by example and leave a good taste in
Yeah.
everyone's mouth. Ben was giving himself a lot of pats on the back, a lot of praise after.
he said one thing.
He said I pitched a
I
killer
didn't say
idea.
one thing. I was carrying that
he
meeting.
asked a question.
my
no, but what
God.
I'll say is at the end, we won't say what the idea is, but Ben.
Yeah, I got a
'cause-
good name for that idea, though.
Okay, cool. Because Ben said an idea, and then everyone was like, literally, around the board table.
Yes.
And like this dude got up and shook Ben's hands, like, what an idea, mate!
Yeah.
What an idea. Now I don't know if you do, Ben, but do you guys not remember me?
Yes.
Pitching
no,
that-
absolutely.
I
do.
pitched
We
that-
had like a full 20-minute
And I pitched
brainstorm
that
about it,
idea,
yeah, in the office.
And Ben then in front of the clients
just out on a
shamelessly
whim, just
took
went,
my idea, and everyone went, Ben Harvey.
What
It's
it was.
like you,
no,
you
what
talked
it
about
was.
it like you thought of it in
You know
the
what it
moment.
was?
going,
Creative
You know what?
You know what it
Here's our
was?
idea.
It was you're playing a game of basketball. It's fourth quarter. You're down by 2, and someone needs to get a 3-pointer. Liam didn't take the shot. Liam literally threw it to me. It was wide open. Yes, he did. No one took it.
I
one was,
said,
they
we're
were going
pretty
around.
creative and we could come up with something.
You said that, and then they said, "Well, look, we're looking for creative ideas. We'd love to do something." And then there was like crickets. And then I went, "Well, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the
okay.
idea." No one took it.
Look, I will say I did think of that in my head earlier, but I didn't say it because
But you didn't have the Navis to say it.
Well, clearly I do. I didn't think that it would fit that client. I thought,
I think
reading the
it did.
room, I was like, I feel like they'd be like, that's too silly.
Now you've put it like that.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit better about it, Ben.
Also, you can't get angry at me for taking your thing. Do you? I was meaning to bring this up, and I never did. Do you
Here we go.
remember?
Here we go.
Do you
I like that he
remember?
stopped it.
I can't even remember why we were talking about it, but it was something to do with. I think it was us trying to promote Belle's career and as her managers. And
Yeah.
in the office,
Yeah.
we were talking about what we're going to do next. And I said, off air, I said,
Yeah.
Belle, you need to start shaking babies and kissing hands. Everyone
Oh,
laughed
yeah.
and went,
Yeah.
"Did you do that on
Dude,
purpose?"
I've been using that for years.
And
I have
said,
genuinely been using that for
everyone
years.
loved it. And then on air, before I could say it, Liam said it.
No,
No, I will say, I've worked with you for a fair few years now. I have
Fair
witnessed Liam do it before.
Thank you, Belle. Thank you.
Shut up, Andy.
Are we going to be the show that? Are we like?
Are we falling apart?
Are we going to be like scorekeeping? Who comes up with
No,
ideas?
like, Andy, what I'll say,
shut it down.
no, I feel, now I've heard Ben's perspective. At the time, quietly, I was like, no, he's just said my idea. Got a round of applause. However, I did not think to say it in that moment. Now I'm sort of seeing it as it's a basketball game.
Yep.
And in training, I've come up with the alley-oop. And you guys are like, oh, shit, that's actually a really cool move. No, wait.
Analogy that Ben does.
No, wait.
Sounds like you're being uptight about it.
Let me finish my analogy. I'm doing this in a
Ben
positive
just
light.
did this.
No, it's so it's like I've come up with the alley oop, and you guys are like, wow, cool, a new move, and then it's come to, as Ben said, the third quarter. I'm like, oh shit, the Wildcats are going to beat us.
Fourth quarter.
Whatever. You know, it was a turning point in the game. That's what I was going for. Anyway, and then Ben's like, he's thought, I'll use that move that Liam thought, the alley oop,
Iron
and
Lewis.
then what it was? Yeah, okay, that's a
Different sport.
skiing thing, and then
ice skating.
whatever, same shit, and then he does it, and then everyone's like, yeah, they're gonna win, but because we're on the same team, right?
We both win.
Exactly. So that's it's
know
come full
what?
circle in my head.
Liam, you know what it's like.
Yes, Bill.
It's like we're in a basketball game.
Yeah.
And in the basketball game,
Yeah.
you've set it up. And then Ben's come along with the alley-oop in the third quarter, and he's put it in.
Yep.
I don't like the whole, like, we all come up with ideas as a team, I think that no idea wouldn't exist in isolation without the team.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't come in and say, that was my idea, that was my idea.
Yeah.
What, you think I do?
There's
No,
no.
actually,
You know what it is?
There's no
It's-
I
I've
in
got,
team.
I've got another analogy. It's kind of like together we are all the garden bed, right?
Yeah.
And there's little seeds of ideas, but the plant wouldn't grow without the garden
I
bed.
don't want your seed.
Well, Bill, you've got it. We've all got everyone's
Don't
seeds.
want it.
And we need each other, i.e. the garden bed and the water and the sunlight for the seed to grow.
Ben and I have been covering each other on our seed for years.
Can we also just...
And then Belle, 6 years ago, we started covering you with our seed. And then Andy started putting his seed on top. And it's
And
just...
then now I get to produce my own seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I treat you guys with another analogy?
Yeah, go,
Oh,
Andy, I'm
I'm in
all
an
ears.
analogy mood.
Same.
This show is Captain Planet.
Yeah.
You've got me, you got fire, you got water, you
Yeah.
got wind, you got heart,
Yeah.
Liam.
Yeah.
And together it makes Captain Planet.
Very good,
It is.
Andy. This
It's
is something
kind of
that we were
like-
discussing last
Yeah,
week.
because I think Liam would be the heart
No,
one.
no.
which is always the worst
the
one.
way I see it is the show...
So just before you finish that
Oh
one,
my
Liam,
God.
Yes, Ben.
who
Yes.
is... So, if you had to give everyone roles...
There's earth, wind, fire, and...
Water and heart.
So I would
Wind,
say
fire,
I
water.
would say I'm probably fire.
Yeah.
Liam's water.
No, 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 no,
Let
no.
me finish. Let me finish. I'm fire.
Yeah.
Liam's water.
Yeah.
Andy's earth.
Whoa.
And Belle's wind.
Just moving on. It's really good stuff.
I think
No, see-
I think
so
Liam
that-
is
I want
heart.
to be earth.
I think Liam's
Yeah,
hard
that
too.
doesn't indicate. I see what he was going
Yeah,
at.
I didn't even
Yeah,
try
I
that.
know. As soon as I seen the train coming around the corner, I backed right off from the behind the yellow line.
I see it a little
I
bit.
saw that train from a mile
I
away.
see it a little bit like the Mystery Machine is the show, right? And Ben's he's Scooby Doo, and I'm Shaggy, and Andy's Velma, and Belle, you're Scrappy Doo.
And why is that?
Belle
It was,
is
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, I know what
the
one it
little,
is.
he's the little guy.
Yeah.
And then he gets really angry because everyone's like, it's kind of like they're like friends.
Doesn't
with
he
him, but they're
wee
like,
on everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he gets on the steroids and he's like, Scrappy. You remember that? He becomes like a big.
So who are you?
I said Ben was Scooby and I'm Shaggy, but do you think roles reversed?
No, I think that's fine. I would. I'm happy to be
no,
Daphne or
Liam's-
Velma.
Yeah.
Belle
Liam's
would be the
Yeah.
You would be the local villain who dresses up as a ghoul that we foil.
Why am I a villain? Can I be Mr. Bean?
Yeah, you're Mr. Eat Too Many Beans.
I would say that we're a lot like the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
So
What is the point of this
I would
affair?
say I'm kind of like
so true, actually.
Agree.
I'm the flame guy because I run pretty hot. I would say Andy's the stretch one because he wears glasses. I'm pretty he's the smart one. He wears
Yeah,
glasses.
I'm happy with that.
I would say Liam is probably the one that turns invisible.
Yeah, because he can forget about me sometimes, especially when it comes to Team Member of the Week.
Exactly right. And I'd say Belle's the... I
Either
guess that
s-
makes Belle the last one.
What's that?
It's either the
the
sexy one,
surfboard
Scarlett
guy,
Johansson,
right?
or it's the giant guy, the Rock Man.
Who's the surfboard guy?
That's
He's
the Silver Surfer. He's the villain.
enemy. He's the enemy in it.
Ah,
So Belle's the big rock guy.
Can't I be Scarlet?
No, you have to be
No.
the Rockus. You have to be Big Rock fan.
Hey, how about in that
what is,
meeting
what is
when
that guy called?
The Thing, is
uh,
it? Rock Boy?
the
Rock Man?
the people that we were meeting with thought that Liam and I were married?
Yeah,
did they?
that was
Yeah.
awkward.
They're
Yeah.
They're like,
oh,
so you
how long have you been
guys
together for?
are-
We're like, we are not together, sir. I'm not with Ben Grimm, a.k.a. The Thing.
The Thing. yeah.
thing.
The Thing.
Ben Grimm. Yeah,
So
no.
what are we doing this?
It's a lot like,
We're 10 minutes into this off-air pod. What was the point of this off-air pod? We haven't done any point.
No, we're just with Belle. We're trying to explain the concept to the podcast listener of the analogy.
What are we trying to do here?
You know, what are we? Yeah, well,
Make radio, apparently.
But how do we get from A to B? And
I feel like we're actually. I'm just looking at famous
Oh, no.
foursomes on the internet.
No, can we be the Incredibles?
I feel like we're more like the cast of Seinfeld than we realise.
yeah, can I attribute roles? I would say that Ben, you're probably the Jerry.
Yeah.
I would say that Liam
Kramer
is the Kramer.
Kramer.
I'm probably the neurotic George.
I'd say you're George.
Yeah.
and Belle,
Belle's
that leaves
Elaine.
Newman.
I don't know. I haven't.
No,
seen
but
it.
in all seriousness, I reckon you've nailed those roles, especially Newman.
yeah.
Why? What?
Well, I'm kind of Kramer. I'm walking into the room going,
no.
whoa! And, you
Yeah.
know, I did this crazy thing
Yeah.
yesterday.
And you're
yeah.
a bit racist.
I think I'm more like George,
No.
actually. I think I've got real George energy.
Do, yeah.
I'm obviously not racist, but yeah, Belle, I know you're confused. He's not a famous racist in the show. He's just a racist in real life.
That's
The
right.
guy
That's right.
is Kramer. Like, he's a terrible man.
Much like Liam, you know, he keeps it clean on the show, but outside of the show.
But in my comedy club gigs late at night, God forbid someone's filming on their phone.
Hello, Newman.
What if we were in the Incredibles?
Well, yes.
I would say that Ben is Mr. Incredible.
I think I would be the Mrs. Incredible with the big wagon.
Big wagon.
Married to
Yes.
Mr. Incredible.
Yep.
I think Andy would be Jack or Elastigirl, which
Oh, no.
leaves Syndrome as well.
Elastigirl is the mum. That's you. You just said that you're Elastigirl.
Oh shit! I was
wanna
thinking
be-
of
I'm
Violet.
I'm Violet.
You would be Edna.
No capes.
Well, Liam is the mole man.
Oh wow! Yes, the Mole Man. Do you know what? That was you know how like Incredibles 2 which wasn't as good, but it picked up like
Where the first one left
Yeah.
off.
But I thought that second movie would never come, right? Like,
Yeah.
so as a kid, you see the Mole Man pop out of the thing
Yeah.
in the car park, and
And
you're
you're
like,
like,
"Oh
next
shit!"
year's gonna be
Literally,
Mole
and then
Man.
it just never came,
Yeah.
and then it came far too late for us to care.
Yeah.
I actually had, so I didn't play a lot of games when I was younger, but I had what's the PlayStation? What's the little flip one? PlayStation?
DS. Nintendo
No,
DS.
that's Nintendo DS. What's the PlayStation that was like a square? And you could flip it?
PSP.
No, before the PSP and after the PlayStation Color. It was like a
You talking about Game Boy? Game Boy Color?
Yeah.
What are you talking
man.
about?
Oh, was it a Game Boy? Was it?
I think you're thinking of Game Boy. Game Boy
3DS
DS
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of DS.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
yeah,
It just said
No,
DS,
not a
but-
not a DS with a stylus. It's like
Yeah, there was another
guys. Hang
There
on,
was
wait.
a Game Boy. There was a Game Boy
Oh,
after
no,
Advance.
There
know what
was,
I'm
there was
talking
one. It was a double screen. It was a double screen square flip.
The only PlayStation port. There was only one.
No, I know the
portable
one you're talking
PlayStation.
about.
PSP. It was like
Oh,
long.
yeah,
PSP.
no, so it was the Game Boy
Oh,
Advance.
and
I
of
had.
course it
Yeah,
was.
it was
What are you
the-
talking about? Game Boy Advance doesn't flip.
Yeah, it does. That one. That's the one I had.
That's not an Advance.
Well, that's a Game Boy Nintendo Advance.
Yeah. It was
No,
that,
that-
weird. No, it was that
Advanced
weird.
DS.
They just
DS,
flipped it
isn't
for
it?
no reason.
No,
No,
dude.
that's an advanced SP. But
SP. That's
but
yeah.
no one had them.
Whoa, I did, Andrew.
Game Boy Advance was kind of blue.
Yeah, it was like I had a purple one, but it was like a
Yeah.
weird.
I
The
had
see-through,
I
the
had-
see-through one.
Yes.
I love that.
I had this
Yes,
guy,
man.
the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP, but I had this cool one where it was like silver, but it had tattoo, like traditional tattoos on the front.
Yeah,
like.
yeah. I've seen
and then,
that.
but I played the Incredibles game on that. And I remember you could it was pretty fun. Like Frozone, you could like ski as Frozone on it.
Frozone was cool. Very underrated.
Where is my super suit?
That thing there is a Game Boy HC made a harumphing joke.
Hey, if we were all portable gaming devices. No, like thinking
Shotgun
about.
colour.
Okay, Ben's
Boy
the
Color.
Can
colour.
I be a DS,
Ben's the colour.
please.
we'll have to have a chat about that.
What do you mean?
I think I would be the PSP.
I'd be the Nokia N-Gage. You remember when Nokia had like a game thing?
Vaguely.
One of them.
Vaguely.
Which leaves the Tamagotchi. No, sorry, Bill. You can be the DS if you want.
Thank
It's
you.
funny when we go around a circle and then say shoot one for you.
Oh, really? I didn't see that gag happening 5
Was
times
there any
over.
other orders of business?
bully.
There was, but it's so far gone that I'm like,
What is it?
whatever.
No,
It's
so
like
it's Plinth
running
stuff.
about 15 minutes. Like
That's
it.
fine. I think,
Plinth related? Or?
Yeah,
it's a Plinth- it's a
Plinth
Plinth-
related, but I think
Yeah,
we'll get
the
to it in
Plinth
another
piracy.
episode.
I think it's fine.
I've sort of.
The Plinth piracy.
Yes.
This is a conundrum.
I think we talk about it quickly.
okay.
Super quick.
So there was discussion on the Alpha Squad. Of course, we are getting 50 show plinths made up. They're going to be hot property. And then someone posted, I'm getting their name now, apologies, as I scroll back to find it.
Well, they basically have realised what piracy is and said, well, hey, why do we need to get the original when we can just get the barley version.
I'm not mad about it. I kind of respect the hustle.
Yeah, I guess, but that's like with anything. It's like saying, why would I get a
here we
real
go.
Rolex when
So,
I could get a fake one?
Ben Sharp did a wall post and said, this is in no doubt an undermining of the value of the plinth keyrings, but can we get the 3D design uploaded from Kurt so we can print our own plinth
Where are you printing
keyrings?
that?
If he has his own 3D printer. And we spoke about this off air a little bit because Kurt Badman said, well, that's a question for the bosses. I'm assuming he means us. We spoke about it, and this is kind of where we landed. So people can print their own rogue plinth keyrings. Who are we to stop that?
It just won't be recognised.
This is not a dictatorship. You can plinth your own keyrings. But, as Liam just said, it won't be recognised as official plinth keyrings because then if everyone who does earn one, theirs is worth less.
If everyone's special, nobody is.
And I'm sure, even though it's from the same designs, to a connoisseur, like to any of us, if we were to look at it, we'd be able to tell a fake.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
pretty quickly.
Are you saying Kurtz would have something on that design, like a number or a
maybe
separate,
something.
He'll keep it on the
But
DL.
I'm not going to fall down the path of going full war on drugs style and, trying to say, hey, we're the only ones who can distribute plastic plinths because that road's going to lead us nowhere. And I think we're kidding ourselves. You can't stop video piracy. There's going to be DVDs that you didn't sanction in Bali sometimes. But you know what? It doesn't mean that they are more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
It just means they're knockoffs.
Yep.
And that's, I know some people stress about that, but yeah, Prada has knockoffs.
Yep.
But you can tell a real one from the fake one.
If you want to make your own plinth keyring, go for it. It just won't be recognised as official.
Does that mean that Kurt now has to share
If he wants.
If he wants to, he can do what he wants to.
His IP.
I mean, that is true. It is actually Kurt's design.
I
so
appreciate
it's up to
that
him.
he wanted to defer the decision. I thought about it. I think I'm fine with it. Maybe change the text on top.
Yeah, right. Okay.
PLINFF, like plinth.
Plinth.
Yeah, it's either a plinth or a plinth.
Well, we know that, what's his face?
Mark Aston.
Mark will not like that.
Big shout to Mark Aston for dropping a video for us for the Alpha
didn't
Squad
ask
as
for
well.
that.
No, we didn't ask for it, but he did give it. Like I rarely listen back to the pods. I was like, I want to listen back to that to see how weird it is, and it was funnier than I remember.
Any other orders of business? Andy, you're all good?
No, sir.
Liam, you're all good?
I'm fine.
I'm all good. Bell's got a hand up. Order of business, Bell.
I saw that. Because I could see when your hand is over at the mouse at that computer, ready. And
The power
you were
of
just
wind.
so ready. It's not.
All right, plinth.
Plinth.
Plinth.